everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another weekend vlog. It is Friday evening. I'm popping in to officially start this vlog to kind of get things rolling. It is officially kind of last weekend of September vibes. Next weekend is of course the 1st of October. This weekend I was kind of thinking about what I want to read. I don't really know if I want to do another Judge My TBR vlog now that I'm thinking about it, because last weekend it went okay. I had 2.5 star and then 2 DNFs. So will I be willing to do that again? I don't really know. This weekend, what are we gonna read? One Last Stop. We're gonna read that one, but I think I'm also gonna start this one because it is also on my September TBR. These are the last 2 books on my September TBR. I think this one's probably where I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna read it with my eyes with no audiobook because I've not been able to find an audiobook for this one. But this one has an audiobook. So we're gonna kind of go into fall vibes with small favors. And if I'm feeling spicy, I'm going to possibly start another one of my books. I've been eyeing up Half Sick of Shadows, which is one of my new books. I also have been eyeing up The Other Bennett Sister, which my friend got me for my birthday, and People We Meet on Vacation, which my other friend got me for my birthday. So I have a lot of options, but yes, for sure we're gonna be finishing up One Last Stop this weekend and starting Small Favors. And I'll be finishing The Unbroken because I do want to get that vlog ready for you guys sometime in October. So those are my reading plans for the weekend. As for right now, I have been stuck at my desk for too long. I have had 3 terrible cups of coffee today. I didn't finish any of them because they were awful. My iced coffee tasted like feet. It was just bad. My dad bought a new brand of like instant coffee and it's just not good. So I'm gonna have to go buy my regular one tomorrow. And then I tried to make a hot cup of coffee and it was too watered down. So then I tried to make another one and it was bad too. So I'm just having a bad coffee day and I really wish I was closer to a Starbucks so I could have gone at my lunch hour or something to get one, but I didn't. And I don't know what I want for dinner. Do I want to cook? No. But I can't order anything because I live out of the city and out of any boundary limits ever. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing for dinner, but I also know that I want to be spending my evening wrapped up in my giant chair outside of this watching something on the big screen. Whether that be a movie, whether that be Dungeons and Dragons, or whether that be the new season of Sex Education, I don't know. I really don't know. Potentially rewatching New Girl because that's my favorite thing. I just want to be cozy and watching something on the TV. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight because I have the house to myself this weekend. Mom and Dad are gone up to the cabin again. And I would have gone, but I have a date tomorrow. So I am not going. And I could go after my date tomorrow, but I think instead I'm just gonna use this weekend to like recharge in the house with nobody around because I have been in contact with so many people in the past few weeks because restarting my teaching job and everything. I need to just kind of chill. So that's my plan. We're gonna see how many books I can read this weekend. Maybe I'll even make it like a little challenge to see if I can at least finish 2. That would be super fun. Stick around, my friends. It's gonna be a good weekend. Update, I ordered dinner from the only place that delivers out here. Got myself a delicious burger and it just arrived. And I'm currently watching Critical Role and going through my beta readers' comments on Project Dream, going through Kat's comments and writing them down in my notebook so that as things are falling, as I edit, I have them fresh in my brain. But yeah, I just thought I'd pop in and let you know. I got dinner and I'm gonna go eat it. Hello friends, happy Saturday. Hi, hello, it is I. I am home from my date and it was lovely. It was very, very good. It was a very good time. But of course, since we went to a bookstore, I bought books because we did that thing that where you like recommend the other person to buy a book and then they recommend you a book. He recommended me 15 Dogs. I recommended him A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. So amazing. It was good. I also ended up buying Piranesi because I've been meaning to pick this up. So I did that. Books have been bought. A date has been had. Errands have also been run. I did go to Walmart and like pick up a bunch of stuff that I needed. So I'm now home looking like a hot ass mess because that's just apparently how my hair wanted to be today. It looked fine this morning. I had it pinned up, but now it's up in a scrunchie because I couldn't care less. The rest of the day is gonna be mine to just do whatever because I am so tired, and I don't know if that's because of like the residual week is hitting me or if it's because I haven't had coffee yet today. Possibly that. I did turn the kettle on to make myself a coffee. So that is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna make myself a coffee and just have a good day. I think I'm going to see if I can read some of this. I don't know if I'm in the mood for this or if I'm in the mood for The Unbroken. Either one, really. I do have to wrap this up because, as I said, I have a vlog going up for the Sapphic Trifecta at some point. It was supposed to go up this Friday, but I'm not done The Unbroken. So that's why I did a random fall video, if you guys haven't seen that. I have the rest of the day to myself. I should probably also work on Project Dream. Yesterday I did get through all of Kat's comments, and then I had ordered in food, right? And I just ate that, and then after that I ended up coming downstairs, and I wanted to watch, continue to watch like Critical Role on the TV, but our TV down here doesn't have YouTube on it, so I ended up just watching Netflix, and I watched 2 rom-coms, and then I went to sleep. So that was my evening. It was a very enjoyable Friday evening. Didn't have to talk to anybody. Hello, my friends. It is now a fair bit later. I'm sitting in my sunroom because the rest of my house is really, really cold. So this is the only place that's like nice. I don't know why it's so cold in my house. It's just, I walked in today and I was like, ooh, feels like there's a draft. There's no windows open or anything. I think it's just because it was colder today and we don't have the heat on yet. But anyways, I'm in my sunroom. And for the past little while, I have been reading. What have I been reading, you may ask? Neither of the books that I said I was going to read, but instead, Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston. I'm reading this because I saw a TikTok where she described it as like autumn fantasy cottagecore romance, and I was like, I'm in. I'm gonna read it. So I have found the audiobook on Scribd, and it was like 8 hours, so I knew that on double time speed I can get through this in 4, so I'm just powering through, and I'm gonna finish it tonight for sure in the next like hour and a half maybe, because the audiobook is going really quickly and this is just zooming by, and it's actually quite good. It's like a little fairy tale. It's like, you know, creepy forest vibes, which y'all know I love so much. I will after this be diving, I think, into The Unbroken and trying to get a good chunk done of this as well, because I would like to just power through a gazillion books this weekend. That is my plan. September is going to end strong with just a bunch of books on my TBR. I would love to also watch a lot of content. Alas, books are calling me instead. I'm doing that like annotating thing, and I picked a terrible color for this book. I picked one that I thought was gonna match because it's not really like the nicest color, but I should have picked red because there's a little bit of red on this girl's neckerchief, which you can't see in this light, and then there's font at the bottom of the quote here that's red, and you also cannot see it. So I should have picked red. So I might try and, I don't know, go red over it. I don't know how that's gonna look, and then just do red for the rest of it. I don't know. I need to keep reading this. And of course, One Last Stop. I would like to keep reading that as well, but I'm in a fantasy mood right now. So that's my evening. I made dinner a little while ago. I'm very full now. All good things, my guys. All good things. Tomorrow, I want to keep reading, and I also want to work on Project Dream again and actually get like a good chunk of editing done. I want to see how much I can do in a day and kind of like try and do that same amount of editing every day that I can, because it's almost October and I would like to have this draft done in October, as I said in a previous video. I can't remember, I think it was my writing update. I gave myself a loose October deadline, so like it can be done anytime in October. I just would like it to be done sooner so that I can then go back through and have maybe like my mom or somebody read the first little bit to see if she catches anything, because my mom doesn't read very much and she doesn't love fantasy stuff, nor does my dad, but she has an eye for stuff like that, and she'll probably come out and ask me a gazillion questions that'll be like really blatantly obvious questions that like maybe necessarily like me or like someone who's very into fantasy wouldn't see. So I think I'm gonna ask her if she wouldn't mind reading the first 3 chapters or something. I'll like print them out and be like, Mom, can you read these for me? And like highlight any typos or like write questions on the paper for me so that I can like actually see them and go through them. I think that would be probably a good idea. After I'm done draft 5, I'm gonna get my dad to print out the full thing again. So I might do that and then like hand it to her and be like, can you read this? At least some of it, the first little chunk, so that I can see if there's any typos or anything, because I don't see typos. But when I sent it off to my like betas and my friends and my CP partner to read, my one beta, I don't know why I said betas, there's one and it's cat. They've caught all of them caught so many typos, and I'm like, that drives me bonkers, because that's the one thing that I look for as an editor are typos and stuff like that. So I think Scrivener doesn't really catch them. Maybe it's because I need to look at it in a different format, like on paper or something. Anyways, it's also better if like someone else looks at it, because I know the story, so my eyes kind of glaze over sentences a little bit. For now, I'm gonna continue reading this, and I'll let you know how I feel about it by the end. But right now, it's highly enjoyable. I am enjoying Ashley Poston's writing. I'm enjoying the story that she's cooking up. It's very fairy tale. I don't really get the fall vibes that she was talking about, but it's definitely a little creepy in places. Like the curse that's in this forest is definitely creepy. It like turns people into like wood beings, which is wild, and they're called bone eaters. Terrifying. So maybe that's where you get the fall-esque. It's a little chilly, it's a little off-putting, and there's like magical fog in the forest and stuff. So yeah, I guess it's a little autumny. I'll catch up with you guys when I'm done this. Hey friends, it is now a lot later, 12:30, and I'm tired. So I'm gonna go to bed, but I wanted to pop in with a reading update. I finished Among the Beasts and Briars, and it was cute. It was like a little fairy tale, a little dose of kind of slightly creepy autumny vibes, which is all I wanted, you know, from it. I don't know what I was expecting going in, but I don't think it was that what I got, but it was enjoyable. It was actually like a fairly good YA book. That's fun. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it. I'll have to wait until I throw it through Cop-Out, but it was enjoyable. And then I'm now down here, and I've been reading One Last Stop and dying over how so good this is. It is so cheesy and so lovely, and it makes my heart hurt how much I'm like August. God, I want to fall in love. It's one of those books that makes you feel like that. Anyways, I'm now on page 318, and I'm calling it for the night because I'm tired and I'm gonna go to bed. So I will be finishing that tomorrow, and then I will also be making my way through The Unbroken tomorrow. Hopefully wrapping that up, because I have no plans for tomorrow either, other than my, you know, Project Dream stuff that I talked about earlier. And I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Hello friends, good morning, happy Sunday. I am here with just fandom galore. I do apologize if you can hear my air conditioning, because it's warm in here. It's very sunny in my sunroom today. I wanted to, I don't know, I got the weird inkling to kind of do like a October fall time TBR in this video, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I went downstairs and pulled the books that I'm like interested in, and I'm going to talk about my next reading out of my comfort zone video, which I am going to be doing starting like Friday, which is also why I'm trying to power through those two books that I have and hopefully get through this one as well. I brought it upstairs with me because I do want to start it today. I have the inkling for that book. Yeah, we'll start with that one. So I have a list of books that I'm going to be doing for that video, or list of books that I'm going to be reading for that video. That's better English. I have like a giant list of stuff that I'm interested in. I have The Maidens by Stephen Michaelides, because for this video I'm doing like mysteries, thrillers, horrors, that whole collective genre. Oh shoot, I do have two books downstairs that do work for this that I'm going to be including on this list, and that is Ace of Spades, and then we have One of Us is Lying. So those are both YA picks. I'm also going to be doing the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I borrowed this from my friend, which is exciting. I think it's going to be fairly exciting to read through this. I've heard from a lot of people that it's like super fun. I've also heard from my two friends who have never been able to actually get through it, that it like it just makes you feel sad. And I'm like, that's so different in polarizing opinions, but I'm excited to get to this one. Grady Hendrix is I also have Who is Maud Dixon? I don't have the author for that though. Who is Maud Dixon? I have Finley Donovan is killing it. And I'm really excited about this one because I feel like this one's gonna be more up my alley because it's about a writer and all that kind of stuff. I also have Mexican Gothic on the docket for that because I've been meaning to read that one for a long time, as well as The Last Good Indian by Stephen Graham Jones. I've been meaning to pick one of those up. And speaking of Stephen Graham Jones, my friend's book club pick for this month is My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. So I'm going to be reading two of his books for that video. I'm going to include that in the video as well, which is exciting. So yeah, those are my thrillery vibe picks. I would also like to try and squeeze in The Year of the Witching, because that one's a little bit more fantasy because it's witches. Apparently I'm losing my voice today, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze that one in. And I don't know if it actually counts as like horror, but I do want to go eventually and pick that book up actually from the store because I feel like I'm gonna really like it for spooky vibes. Speaking of spooky vibes, I have some particularly fall books that I want to read. We have Rewrite Upon Sticks by Quan Berry. This is like an 80s story. I'm really intrigued by it because it deals with different kind of like narration style. It like is a collective we, which I'm very intrigued by. And apparently it's witchy. Kayla from Books and Lala explained it in her newest video as witchy vibes, where like a bunch of girls like just give into the darkness just to be able to win. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm very intrigued by this one. I also have We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I feel like I might squeeze this into my reading out of my comfort zone video. If not, I will read it on its own, possibly on Halloween, because I've been meaning to read this one for so long. And then I also have The Secret History of Witches, which I feel like is a good book to read this time of year. This is by Louisa Morgan. Because it's like a historical sweeping saga, traces like 5 generations of powerful mothers and daughters and witches and stuff like that. I feel like it would probably be a good read for this time of year. I also have The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. This is that really beautiful copy that people seem to be losing their mind over. And this is like a YA book about like different kind of elemental magic and it's seasonal magic and stuff. So I'm excited to get to this one. I don't really have like super high hopes. I feel like this is just like a beautiful cover that's fooling everybody, but I'm excited for the vibes. That's really it. And then my book club pick for, which will be like halfway through November, is The Wolf and the Woodsman, which I feel like is going to be a perfect pick for that. And I'm so excited to read this one. It's like fairy tale-esque in a forest vibes, which is exactly what I want this fall. And then I just picked up Piranesi yesterday, as you guys saw, and I would really like to get this one soon, as well as Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. These two, I don't really know why I want to read them in the fall time, but like I think it's because I have been just kind of superimposing the feeling of fall onto them. I really want to read these, so I want to read them like as soon as I can. Arthurian retelling and like twisty-turny room that apparently has been compared to the Starless Sea. So I'm so excited about that. And I love like retellings and myths and stuff, and I feel like fall is a good time for that as well. And then I also want to be reading The Great Hunt. Please ignore the amount of sticky notes I have on this. That was from something else. The Great Hunt, which is the second book of the Wheel of Time. I do want to start reading this as well as my like big fantasy read of the month. It's so big it fits in frame. But yeah, that's the kind of October-y reading vibe that I have in store for myself, which is very exciting. Let me know down below if you've read any of these or if you have any fall autumn-y suggestions, recommendations for other people. Anyways, today, as I said yesterday, it's just gonna be a day of reading. I'm gonna try and finish one last stop this morning, and then I think I might go into The Unbroken, or I might start Small Favors, because I said I did want to wrap that one up because it is on my September TBR. I'm gonna get back on the couch and continue my day, enjoy my coffee, and keep reading. Hello, my lovely friends. It is now just afternoon on Sunday, and I finished my last stop. This week has just been a week of finding new favorite books of 2021. Like I finished A Psalm for the Wild Built, and that was like my favorite book of 2021, and this is another one. God, Casey McQuiston knows how to write a damn love story. I don't even care that it's like over the top cheesy and just filled with these moments that I'm like, that would never happen in real life, but I want it to. God, I wish this was a movie. It was so good. Oh, it gets an easy 5-star from me. An easy 5-star from me. God, I'm so, yes, 10 out of 10. Absolutely loved this. I think I loved this even more than Red, White, and Royal Blue, but it has been a hot second since I read that one. That one's like also just amazing escapism too, because of like the political climate, you know? This was so good. Anyways, I just thought I'd update you on that. I am now going to begin Small Favors. I got the audiobook off of Audible because I have some free credits sitting there, so I'm gonna use it to read some Small Favors, which I'm excited about because I listened to Aaron A. Craig's previous book, House of Salt and Sorrows, on audio, and that made the experience so much better because that book is really creepy and it like messes with your mind. So I'm hoping that this gives me a really fun experience too, because I've heard it's like a creepy book. So also I have like a low-key fear that this is gonna like ignite my already super high anxiety around bees and wasps, because I am so scared of them in this year, because apparently for some reason this August and September has been wasp season times 100. It's gotten to the point where like my anxiety has now made me like go into like almost panic attack breakdowns, having to leave my car to go to work because I have to walk outside for 30 seconds. Like it's bad. It's bad. And so I'm hoping that this book doesn't make that even worse. And I say that because there's bees and wasps on the cover of this. I can't tell if that's a bee or a wasp. I think it's honeybees. I'm hoping it's honeybees. Honeybees don't freak me out. I mean, they freak me out because they're buzzing things, but they don't hunt you down and stalk you like these terrible yellow fuckers flying around the world right now. Anyways, that's my life. It's also really hot in here, so I think I might go change into a t-shirt because I'm sweating. But I'm excited, and I'm gonna start this. So, small favors, let's do it. So I just finished this. What the hell? I need to have a chat with the author about that ending, because that's not how you end a book. You don't end it that abruptly. Maybe she's planning on a sequel? I don't know. But, for the most part, was very good. I will say I liked the first half better than the second half because the first half was like really decently creepy and like unnervingly creepy. Like you don't know what's happening, that kind of a thing. But as soon as you start finding out what's happening and like what is actually behind this, I think Erin Craig did it better in her House of Salt and Sorrows book because that one made you feel like you were literally losing your mind. In this one, she is an expert at layering that like creep vibe and just like the unknown and the like what's happening kind of situation. Are the monsters real? Are the monsters just men? And the twisting of the ending was a lot. But like the last like the climactic part, the last like 2 hours of the audiobook, 3 hours, they were a lot and they were good. I just want that there needs to be like another chapter or two to like actually wrap up this story and make it feel satisfying, because this is not a satisfying ending. It just ends. And it didn't heighten my worry for bees. The bees didn't have anything to do with it. They were just bee farmers. That's all they had to do. That's what Ellery's family was about. We don't even know. So much happens in this book. It is so wild, and it does not shy away from gruesome shit, guys. Like, if you are not good with gore, don't read this, because there are burned bodies. There are pure, just like twisted and broken animals. But yeah, it was good. I did enjoy it, so we're gonna have to sleep on that one as well. But I cannot believe I actually finished that today. That's wild. The audiobook, I have it on like 3 times speed because I could. I was reading it along and I needed that like speed to keep me pushing through, so it didn't take me very long at all to get through this book. That's 3 books finished this weekend. 2 in 2 days. 2 entire books read in 2 days and then a 3rd one finished. I'm on a roll, my guys. But I think, because it is right about supper time. I'm not hungry yet though because I had popcorn earlier. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna go right? Probably should go right. Should get my laptop and start working on Project Dream for today. I have the house to myself again today because I didn't realize my parents weren't coming home. Dad's not coming home for like a week because he's staying up there on vacation, and mom's coming home tomorrow because she has the day off tomorrow. She always does. Mondays and Fridays she has off. So I have, again, the house to myself. So what am I gonna do? I don't know. I have finished One Last Stop. I read and completed Among the Beasts and Briars, and I read and completed Small Favors. I've officially finished my entire September TBR. The only book that is left to read is The Unbroken, so I should probably get into this too tonight when I'm done working on Project Dream. So I'm gonna get my computer and I'm gonna do that. Hi friends, it is now a lot later, and I have been working on Project Dream for the past, I don't know how many hours, probably not that long. It's 9 and it was about 6 when I finished my book, so 3 hours. That went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. I made dinner in the middle of that as well. I just like cooked up some yesterday's leftovers, and I've been watching Vox Machina as well on the side, which is always enjoyable. But I have officially added today 7,400 words to this draft. I'm now sitting at 18,681 words, and it's not like I'm actually retyping. I'm going scene by scene as I'm like going through it and editing, like reading through and editing. I think a good way to do this is going a lot quicker than retyping everything would, and then it's also allowing me to catch like typos and stuff, because a lot of my words are already where I want them to be, at least, so that's nice. There was one scene that I worked with today that probably took the longest, and I think it was Kat's suggestion that I take one of the, because there's a few moments in this manuscript in draft 4 where I have Abby go into the forest multiple times and each time getting thwarted by something. So she said, in the interest of like shrinking your draft, like you could take two of them and put them together. So that's what I did. I brought the beauty and the mastery and the gorgeousness of the autumn forest, and I brought it in earlier in this draft, which is very exciting because I think that scene now actually really works well. So I did that, and then I'm currently working on the last half of chapter 9, which is titled right now The Chili Incident. I think I'm gonna call this for the night because it is 9 o'clock now, and I should probably, you know, wind down a little bit. I do want to read more of The Unbroken. And it is only 9, so if I get like 2 more hours in of reading, I could get 4 more hours into the audiobook. That kind of a vibe. Yeah, maybe. I might do that. I might go downstairs and get into bed and get cozy because yet again, we're at the beginning of another work week. Today's been lovely. Wrapped up 2 books. I would love to make it a 3rd, but there's just too much of this book left to go. Too much of it left to go. But I should get a good chunk of it done today, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna go do. Hello friends, happy Monday. Hello, I'm here at my desk. The coffee is not kicked in yet this morning, but I'm here. Hi, it's the start of another workday. I have just over 5 hours left, barely 5 hours left of this job, and then I go to my teaching job. That is my day today. I wanted to pop in and just say hi. Last night I ended up getting to some kind of page with the Unbroken. And I also updated my other vlog that I have hopefully going up for it soon. As soon as I finish it, really. It might take the place of a weekend vlog. I have yet to decide what it's gonna do, but I can't remember what page I'm up to. I'm just pulling up Goodreads. But like, I update my vlog for all my thoughts. But as of right now, it's just a lukewarm feeling for the book. I don't know why. I'm on page 285 of that book. Once I'm done The Unbroken, I'm gonna start in on my reading out of my comfort zone. The next reading vlog is gonna be keyed up, and I'm ready. I'm ready because after reading Small Favors in that just like really short form bunch of just tension the whole time, I'm excited to feel that creepy vibe with all these different books that I have on the docket. That's the plan. Anyways, friends, I am gonna get my day started and I'll catch up with you guys later. Hello, my lovely friends. It is now a whole lot later. I am done one work day, just about to get ready to start a second work day. So I figured it's time to finish this vlog. I totally forgot that I had to finish this vlog and upload it for today. This weekend, I managed to finish 3 books and get a good chunk done of a 4th, which I should probably go grab. 4 books this weekend that I worked through. First and foremost, I, on a complete whim, decided to read the entirety of Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston. I threw it through Copile today, and it is a 3.5 star for me. Very solid fairy tale YA book. Very good. Recommend. It's a good book to just sit and read in one reading, like just power through the whole thing, just to submerge yourself in the story. It's like watching like a movie kind of a thing, a really long movie or like a TV show, just all in one go. Good book for that. Then I managed to finish One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I gave this one 5 stars. It's a new favorite of 2021. I adored this with all my heart. I just, every little second was perfection. Perfection. And then Sunday, I decided to read the entirety of Small Favors, which I did. This weekend was just me sitting on my sunroom couch finishing books and powering through entire books, which was so lovely. I really needed that reset. But yes, so I finished Small Favors, and this was also 3.5 stars for me. The first half of the book was a 4 star for me, the second half was a 3, so like middle of the road. 3.5 star. And I did really enjoy this. I have issues with the ending though. I won't spoil you guys, but in my opinion, it stopped in the middle of a really important plot point, and I have beef with authors who do that. I hate it because that's not the right way to wrap up your story. But it does leave you very unsettled. So like, I guess that was the point. And then, of course, I managed to make my way through a good chunk of The Unbroken last night, and I am 60% of the way through, and we'll be continuing to power through this week as the week goes by. But yes, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this weekend and just having a good kind of a wrap up my September TBR and like brain reset. I think that's the best way to say it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Do stick around. My corner of the internet's pretty fun. And I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.